So, hello, my name is Jack Gray, and I will be doing this little video. It's going to be an overview of the 2015 FRC scouting program that I wrote. Yeah, so let's get into it. So I will be launching directly from the code from my little IDE. Some of you may be just launching the program as precompiled and everything, but yeah, just it's not that big of a change. But so here is what the program will look like. It is, it's not super intuitive, but it's fairly intuitive. It's somewhere in between. So starting from the top, let's see. So this is your little start match button. As you can see, it says start match. That will change as you hit the button. Right next to it is that is the match number. So it starts off at 1, and then as you keep switching matches, it will increase as such logically follows. Load teams. The only reason you'll really need this button is if you want to go to a specific match number, you can type in that match number. Let's see, 6, and then hit load teams. I don't actually have a match for 6, so it's not going to do that. Only use that button when you start off. Well, if the match isn't currently running, like when you're sitting and waiting for the next match to start, or after a match has ended, not during the match. Yeah, so next we have this thingamajigger here. It is just a little browse button and the current data directory. Basically it'll just open a little folder browser dialog, and it will ask you to go to the folder that you store all of your data in. You'll probably want to select the folder that is named after the event you're at. As you'll notice, my folder is named practice because that was just me messing with the program and having the scouters test on it and practice with it. So that's not actually an event, but yours should be. It doesn't need to be, but just recommendation. Next we have all of these boxes that probably caught your eye immediately. As logically follows, you have the red alliance on top and the blue alliance on bottom. This little box on each one is the team number for that specific team. Each of these boxes will be operated by one of the 6 scouters, and they will be assigned the team number to scout. So have all of them, kind of look at it and read it, the number that the team that they're looking for. Yeah, each little scouting box has, in addition to that team number, has an autonomous and teleoperated tab. That's just the data for each of those corresponding periods in the match. It will automatically switch over, but it will not lock you out, so you can go back if you need to. So yeah, all of these little thingies you're probably wondering about. These are just the little data points that you'll be kind of looking for, I suppose. You can edit these to make them whatever you want. Right now I have them set up to be the 2014 kind of thing, because I don't recall us using balls in this year's game. But yeah, they can be whatever you want. As soon as you launch the program, you can backspace and type in whatever you want. And it will save that way. I'd recommend you keep them consistent though. Whatever you type, make sure it's the same. Make sure it's the same for each event and for each match in each event, because it'll kind of mess up the reader program. You'll be getting multiple data points for 2 things that are pretty much the same but aren't spelt exactly the same, so just leave it. They will automatically save when you close and open the program, so don't worry about losing them unless something weird happens. But yeah, they're fairly easy to change. When you change them, you have to change them from the first box, because the way this runs is that it reads from the first scouter's box, and then assigns whatever's inside of those to the rest of them. Yeah, so they come in, I should probably said this first, but they come in pairs, as you may have noticed. You have a little label, so this describes the data pretty much, and then this next to it is a data point. You can change it by hand, but usually the Scouter's controllers will change it for them. So whatever button they hit will be corresponding to a specific value box in here somewhere. If you saw the install video, it tells you that there's a file inside the regional file that's called labels.txt. That's where all of these are stored when the program shuts down, just for anyone who's going to be messing with code and stuff, or if something breaks and you need to fix it, just a heads up. But yeah, there are about 9 of these little data points that you can scout for here. If you switch over the tab for teleoperated mode, there's a lot more here. Like I said, the buttons control specific value boxes, so yeah, they'll be incrementing them usually by 1 by default. If you get into it and you want to recode it, you can make it do whatever you want. But yeah, when it switches from autonomous to teleoperated mode, it'll automatically switch the control scheme, so the buttons will adjust values over here instead of in autonomous where it previously was. However, if you switch the tab back manually, it will not switch the controller back. So yeah, during autonomous mode, just in teleop mode, unless you need to go back, I mean, I wouldn't do it. It's not really that big of a deal though. So yeah, next off we have this little funky gray box at the bottom. Really, it's mostly for debugging. It'll just output general things, or if you're coding, it's called text main, and it'll just output anything that you need to see at the moment. I don't have any controllers plugged in, so it reads off 0 controllers found, but it should, if you have all controllers set up and configured properly, it should read off 6 or however many you have plugged in. Yeah, if you're having troubles, there's bugs, look at this and you can kind of get an idea of what's going on, if it looks like mine or not. Yeah, it's that's about all that box does. Next, yeah, there's not much else about the window just starting off, so I will just jump right in and start a match. So pretending that the little buzzer just went and everyone in an autonomous mode, and the match has just begun, I would have take that back. I would have hit the start match button a little bit before the match started, just so whoever is hitting the button doesn't need to be distracted when the match actually starts. It's not time based. There's no time recording. I took that out. I didn't like it. Yeah, just hit the button and it'll automatically start the joysticks control, the gamepad's controls to start adjusting values and whatnot. So yeah, I'll hit the button. As you'll notice, the labels lock down, so you can no longer edit them, no matter what you type. However hard you type it, does not matter. It will not change. You can change the values though, to whatever you want. I should mention that. But as you may have noticed, it switches to red if there's nothing in there. That also applies if you have something in there, but it doesn't make sense as to being a value. It's just like letters or something. That's because I have it converting these to numbers later on, so they will need to be in numerical format later on. Not later on, as soon as possible. But yeah, if yeah, and as soon as autonomous mode is over, the little buzzer goes and everyone starts driving and fun stuff, you'll need to hit this button as soon as that happens. This will switch it over to teleop, switch the controllers over. As you'll notice, they're very similar. Everything will be locked out. There will be values. You can change those. Yada yada. same goes. You will again be punching in buttons and such to be scouting for specific things. When the teleoperated mode's over, you hit the end match button, which was previously the start match button, right? I think it was. Yeah, but you end the match, and it will automatically save all the data. So you don't need to like close the program or like hit a save button. It will save it whenever the match ends. It'll save the match, the data labels, but it will not save them to the labels.txt file. So if you close the program right now, it wouldn't have saved any changes you made to it. So if you want to, you can just kind of change the labels, close the program, and then start the program up again. That'll save them permanently, so if the program crashes on you, you still have your labels. You don't need to retype them. Again, it's just typing labels. It's not that big of a deal. You kind of want them to be the same though, so just have that. Keep that in mind. That's really about all for this, the main scouting program. One little more thing is it'll automatically load the next match and the team numbers in that match. It'll load those from the schedule.txt file. So you'll use the schedule builder to make that file, and yeah, it'll just be in the same data folder, and it'll automatically open it and whatnot. If you want to mess around in the code with directory so it automatically starts up to this and you don't need to hit the browse file all the time, be my guest. Honestly, it's not that huge of a deal code-wise. It'll just make things faster if you start the program up and it's already loaded, because this will try to automatically load a database here, which most people won't have. So if you want to change it, you can. If you don't, it should start up and just let you browse that folder and it'll reload everything. Yeah, that's about all for the main scouting program. Yeah, so thanks for watching. It's really I'm code-wise, I'm it's kind of messy. I'm not that proud of it, but I am a little proud of it. But yeah, have fun with this, and thanks for using it, I guess. There should be also 2 more videos. No, 3. No, 2. I can't remember. There will be other videos on the other parts of the program if you want to check them out. I'll probably link them. But yeah, see you.